Don't settle for fakes. My duel-taining is the real deal.
Hey everyone, it's mekklord. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the new main box ZILLION Thunder, which is one of the names of all time. I haven't been able to record videos yesterday, which was when this main box was first revealed. Also, the Allure with Darkness bundle that came with it. Also, the new skills that were revealed, and also the thing that happened with the bundle. So better late than never. So I'm just gonna quickly go over each and every one archetype being introduced or supported in this main box and try to give my 2 cents on all of those. First, I also want to talk about the game that I have been working on as community manager for a while, Skyguard Arena. So Skyguard Arena is going to be a free-to-play PvP tactical battler. Basically think Final Fantasy Tactics, but PvP. You're going to be able to select 5 heroes among many and change their skills and items, and then duke it out in the arena. It's a really fun game, if I do say so myself, and you will be able to play it very soon. We have an alpha playtest starting on July 5th and up until July 16th, I believe, during which you'll be able to completely play the game and exchange with the developers, me included, although I'm not a developer per se. So if you're interested in that, check out the Steam page that I have linked in the video. If you want to talk more about this game, check out the official Discord server, the official Twitter, and the official TikTok, all of which are also going to be linked in the description of this video. Thank you in advance for supporting me and supporting this game. And now to the rest of the video. So first of all, Dragon Thunder has been teased a while back. It's also getting a skill that basically allows you to set up Dark Arm Dragon turn 1 and search an Arm Dragon Thunder of your choice, I believe. Which I don't think setting up Dark Arm Dragon is going to be too relevant. Although it's basically going to be a free card at this point, right? You're just going to be able to summon it for free and use it to bait back row up cards on the field before going for your more interesting Hound Dragon playmakers, which we should go over. So the level 3 guy, guys, is going to be an ultra rare, and it's going to be a 3-up also. So I recommend that if you want to build this deck, you're going to need to invest heavily into this box. It's a really good card. It can draw you any card, basically. It draws you deeper into your deck, which is a really powerful effect in Duel Links because of the 20 cards deck format. The level 10 guy, it's basically Raigeki Break every turn, and it pluses you because the rest of your cards plus you when they're discarded to activate this effect, so it's pretty good. Level 5 is probably the least committing of the bunch, but level 7 can add any armed dragon, including Dark Arm, including Armed Dragon level 10 white, which I don't think is particularly good. It's kind of a win more card. But it's also very easy to set up thanks to the skill, so you should probably also run at least 1 copy of this guy. 1 copy of this guy and I guess 1 copy of Dark Arm because it's searchable with the skill. As far as back row goes, Armed Dragon Flash, absolutely insane that it's a common. Probably would appreciate playing all 3 of this card because it's basically a way to get to level 3 immediately and start your plays from this point forward. I'm not convinced by Blitz, I don't think it's very good. Lightning could be interesting, but it's not searchable. Does 7 search? Oh, it searches any card, including the back row, so you can search this with 7 also. No, it's not good enough to be worth playing. But still, I think this deck has some potential, could be interesting. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it sure is going to be fun. I guess Monarchs is not a new archetype because we already have the dark counterparts to these Monarchs, but Ether, Edea, and where is it? Tenacity are all necessary if you want to build a Monarch deck. Tenacity is just insane, it adds you Pantheism, and with the new Sylvia skill, you're going to be able to access Pantheism very, very easily, because it's going to be added automatically to your deck. And it's not once per turn. Do you know that Pantheism is not once per turn? That's silly. But other than that, I'm not sure what the deck does exactly. Like, without Stormforth, don't really have a game plan other than try and recur Erebus every turn. And Ether is... Yes, it's a cute monster to be tributing, but what are you tributing for? If you're not using Stormforth, you can tribute your opponent's monsters. If you're not using Domain, which hasn't been added to the game, you can't really protect or anything, I guess. God, this is a bad card. It's a really bad card. But I guess this protects you. The issue of Monarch is that it's an already really bricky deck. And the more like spicy tech you had, the brickier you make your deck. So I don't think Monarch is like going to be really good, which is a shame because it's a deck that many people like. OG players like Monarchs because of Mobius and stuff. Budget players like Monarch because obviously you don't need to, like in the TCG, build it with an extra deck, which is usually the most expensive part of any deck. I don't know, I'm not, like, it's probably going to be more consistent than in the TCG, but also it's probably not good enough even, like, with a, especially with a 4-card starting hand, the brick potential is, like, just too real. Ursarctics, I don't know anything about this archetype. This is a bunch of cards that I've pulled in real life, I've never bothered to read, but Septentrion, that's the name of this card. Seems pretty interesting. It counters Dingestu, counters Link monsters. Intuitively, it's not an activated effect or anything, it's just skill drain for these kind of guys. And I don't know anything about their playstyle, but I look at like some of their boss monsters, I'm like, this is pretty decent. And this is not an nostalgic card, so why am I putting this? I guess these are the only 2 synchros you have? Wait, is it really? Huh. Anyway, Polar is cute, and it's one of these cards I was like designing a post task format world where it does a lot of stuff for like what is essentially a very simple playmaker, and each of these things does something. I guess it's also like an interest. I think this is the deck that has the most potential of this box, like clearly. Am I going to be building it? I don't know, because I don't know, I guess you only need 2 of this, right? So it's not that bad if you want to go through the box only once or twice. I don't know. Maybe I will. Hero gets 2 new cards, Dystopia, which was also, or rather add a scale designed around it so you can use its pop effect, but only once, which is kind of funny. I guess this is meant to serve your turn 1 setup. This and Extra Hero Wonder Driver, which can search Mass Change and Super Party, because you're not allowed to have fun in this game, are going to be cards that are worth keeping an eye open for. So maybe the new Destiny Hero playstyle, also considering that it gives you a Malicious for free, is going to be good enough to like warrant its own another new spot in the metagame. Like, I think this is marginally better than the Hero Alliance playstyle because it's less boring, but also like deck in general. Obviously, Preparation of Rites is huge for any ritual deck. I don't think you can really play without it, which sucks to say because it's an ultra rare. Cloud Celeste is really, really, really good for Necros because it has 2 excellent effects, basically, and still a really good card. Even to this day in Duel Links, I think this card has like potential to be really powerful and annoying and difficult to deal with. Curaz is something you can summon off of Aether. I guess it's a Monarch. I should have talked to it about with the other Monarch. It's fine. Nobody cares. Lightning Shidori, really cool removal that very few decks have access to. I guess your Zenjus, RPs. What was the other wind deck? Crystal Beasts. Yeah, Crystal Beast. Although can't play Crystal Beast Stalkers anymore because Mermaid is banned, so do you really want to play Crystal Beasts? This is obviously really good for Magistus, which is a deck that I don't know anything about, but it summons from deck, and also it can negate effects, so obviously it's a good card, right? Also there's Madame Ver on it. That's saying I know it's going to be really annoying. This is the worst card I've ever read. Like, It doesn't even work with the scales that give you pendulum scales because Konami hates you. Crackdown's good. Crackdown's cracked. This card is bad, but it's like it's currently like one of the best decks in the speed duel format. So if you ever want to play this, play paper. Crusadia Regulex is good for Crusadia. It's that simple. It has really straightforward arrows. That's just back row, which might incentivize you to actually play back row. You can play the Is Crusadia Crawler in Duel Links? Because if it is, you could be playing that, you know? I'm gonna check. Okay, Crusadia Crawler is in Duel Links too. You should be able to go turn 1 Equimax with the Crusadia Crawler that it points to, and then like have a negate on board and search a World Legacy card of your choice, which I'm not sure what you would be searching, but it's always interesting. I keep forgetting to talk about the Deep Sea stuff. That's an archetype, I guess, that didn't really shine in the TCG, but I think it might have potential here. It has strong end rip potential. Deep Sea Diva as a searcher in the form of Deep Sea Harrier, which you can easily fulfill the condition to with any mermail perching Atlantic Dragoons or something to go like plus a billion. I think this is potentially going to result in a new form for Water Xyz that could be worth considering. Or maybe you play this and you play Mind of the Plana rather, in order to like permanently banish 1 or 2 cards from your opponent's hand and just win this way, because they're gonna start with like a much smaller hand than they should. So like I guess this is the budget option if you already have the Water Xyz score, which is a lot more expensive. Other than that, I don't see too many things worth talking about. So remains the question, should you be investing in this new main box? And my answer is, it depends. If you want to go in for Armed Dragon or Monarch, I'd say wait until people have a better understanding of the decks and how they work and what their potential. Because unless you play very casually, I don't think you're going to get the best mileage out of these decks. I'm much more optimistic regarding ursarctics. It's so difficult to say. Space Bears, I'm just going to call them Space Bears. I'm much more optimistic regarding Space Bears. And Hero, obviously. Although it's not going to be the most expensive of the bunch. Deep Sea has some interesting stuff. And Class Alas for Necros. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of my review of this main box. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be making guides for... I'm gonna try and make a guide for each of the archetype in this box, which is gonna take a while, but it's gonna be really fun. And in the meantime, thank you for watching once again. Make sure to check out Skyguard Arena on Steam, Discord, and Twitter, and TikTok. And I'll see you guys and gals and non-binary pals next time.